Yeah, yeah.
Hey everybody, it is the Irregulars show. Show number, I don't know, 22.
We stopped counting.
We stopped counting?
Yeah.
From Blue Wave Media Studios in Fort Lauderdale. He is Matt Posner, I'm Tom Alexander, and here we go. Another eventful week in the world of sports, pop culture, you name it. Lots happening. Yesterday, of course, we watched the Comey. That was kind of big news.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it?
No, I have no interest in that. I think, again, it's a waste of taxpayer dollars, and it's just theater. All this is political theater at this point.
Was Watergate political theater?
Watergate was political. It's all been political theater. It's all stuff that people dig up in order to make themselves look good or feel better about themselves. You know, it's.
So getting to the truth is not what you think this is.
But
about.
we will never get to the truth. Did you get to the truth in Watergate?
I don't know. It resulted in the downfall of a
Well,
president.
it did.
Yeah.
Of course it did, because that was inevitable. No matter whether it was Watergate or whatever kind of gate, Nixon was gone.
Yeah.
They wanted him out.
Right.
No matter what.
Right.
They were digging for something.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Well, they got it.
They got it.
So are they going to get it with Trump?
I doubt it.
Really?
I doubt it. I don't think they're going to get it with Trump. This is the ultimate reality show that's playing out for the next 3.5 years.
Yeah. It's high theater, though.
It is high theater. You got a president that's got a hot wife.
Right.
Who doesn't really want to be in the media, doesn't want to be in this situation.
A hot wife that doesn't live with him.
Doesn't live with him.
Right.
So, I mean, come on. I mean, I'd want to be sleeping next to that all night long and, waking up to that in the morning, right?
Okay, fair. No, she's quite lovely.
She is. I mean, she's beautiful.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Yeah.
She's I mean, you got your kid, and supposedly they've now enrolled him in a school in Washington, so it looks like she might be making the move.
Oh, Barron's in Washington then?
Well, I think the school year finished in New York, whatever he had to do,
and
now they've enrolled him in a school in D.C., so
nice.
it looks like she might make the move into the White House.
Oh, wow.
And then again, with Trump, you never know.
No, you don't know.
You have no idea. This guy is completely...
Maybe get a place at the Hampton Inn.
Yeah, look, he's completely unpredictable, and I think getting back to this Comey thing, I think that nothing was found out. There was no new information. I don't think Comey really has anything on him, because if he really had something on him, I don't know, the powers that be.
Yeah, but we didn't see what was going on in the closed session.
I know, but
I mean there's probably a lot. How many times did you think? Well, you didn't watch it, so you didn't know.
I didn't watch it.
I want to say the count was
bit.
like 24 times he said, "I can't answer." Maybe it was more than that. I can't answer that in an open session. Okay. Translation: I've got something juicy that I can't tell the American public.
Well, but why shouldn't the American public?
Because it's classified.
Doesn't matter though. But look,
we can't give away government secrets.
They're giving away government secrets.
Well,
they're giving away government secrets. So why not make the look? Until the American people really get privy to what's going on, because I don't think we are.
Yeah. Well, no, definitely
There's
not.
just no way that we know.
We're too busy watching The Voice.
Well, we're watching The Voice. We're watching Designated Survivor. We're watching stupid TV.
Right.
We're watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah, Game of Thrones.
House of Cards. So we're watching all this ridiculous TV.
Yeah.
That really is just entertainment, and what you're getting in the political arena is also entertainment.
Yeah. Right.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Right.
Gas prices are pretty steady. I mean, they've been fluctuating here and there. One week it's $2.20, and the next week it's $2.30.
Right.
So that fluctuates back and forth.
Yeah, but basically around the same.
I think people, employment is pretty much the same. There's the whole debate about the health care, and until we get to a single payer system and everybody gets the same health care, then it's never going to be right. So as long as you have congressmen and senators with this great health care and the American people have nothing or can't afford anything, it's bogus.
Have you ever had great health care in your life?
I did actually have a great policy a few years back when we had our business center. And I had United Healthcare, and it was a great policy. I had a low deductible.
Right.
The policy didn't cost us a lot of money. Right. My brother, my dad, my mom, my kid, we were all on it. And it was a great policy.
Yeah.
But I think you need to go to a single payer system, and then if people want to buy auxiliary policies or other policies to add on, then they should do that. Insurance companies should be able to sell across state lines. There shouldn't be, okay, because you live in Florida, you only have this pool of people.
So instead of running like rum across the state line,
you
now they're
run
running insurance policies.
Yeah,
what you got in the trunk, buddy?
But
I got a stack of papers. Yeah,
I got policies.
Right, I got policies.
I got policies.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you go door to door. Hey, you want to buy a policy today?
Right.
But that's how they did it back in the day. You know,
Yeah.
guys went door to door, and that's how they sold.
Sure.
So I think that, you know, with all the internet stuff, and, you know, we do some social media here and some internet marketing.
Yep.
So look, that everything's happening on the internet.
Yeah.
And
which is
our own
a whole other topic.
our own president is on Twitter, so he's taken to social media. And it was funny because I check out, you know, online, and he hasn't tweeted in a while. So people are concerned.
The longest drought. I think we may have already crossed that threshold, but it's like, I forget it. It's like 2 days or 3 days or whatever it is, when he hasn't tweeted. But anyway,
let's get to the sports.
All right, so
world.
sports world. We got to jump right to the NBA.
Well, I don't think we should jump to the NBA.
Okay, go ahead.
Pardon the pun.
All right, yeah.
I think you got to talk Pittsburgh Penguins real quick.
All right.
Let's get the hockey out of the way.
I mean, 6-0 last night.
That was a drubbing.
Yeah.
That was like a taking out behind the woodshed and just abusing.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, that was rough.
A little rough.
It was rough to watch even.
Well, I saw the score and it was 6-0. I said, no point in watching the rest of this thing.
Well, it was 3-0 in the first period, and I was
Yeah.
like, okay, this is not going to end well for the Predators.
No.
And
So
for some reason, what I don't get is, I get everything outside the glass is different, and the same thing we'll talk about the NBA. But everything around the glass, you know, the fans, and their colors are identical, you know, like that yellow.
Yeah, right.
So colors, I don't think, make a big difference. You have the announcer, you have the crowd noise. The ice surface is pretty similar. You're skating on ice. I mean, I think there's probably variations from rink to rink, and players will talk about it. You know, they've talked about Florida having soft ice because of the conditions, and it's very hard to maintain the ice at certain times of the year.
Yeah.
But Pittsburgh on home ice, this is crazy, 6-0. But look what Nashville did on home ice.
Yeah.
So it's going to go back to Nashville for Game 6,
Right.
and it looks like we'll probably have a 7-game series. Now we can transfer into the NBA.
All right.
Because what will happen here is the NBA will be done tonight, and the NHL will kind of have their own spotlight.
They might. I mean, it's.
I think it's all but done.
Yeah, you said 4 games. I said 5, but 5, possibly 6. But I'm going to stick with 5. I think Cleveland staves off elimination tonight. But here's the thing: they should have staved it off. Well, not elimination, but they should have won game 3 in Cleveland on Wednesday night. They had the game really kind of up until about the last minute and a half.
2 minutes.
Yeah, and I thought, I'll tell you what, to me, for the key moment, for me personally, was when LeBron had the ball, he's getting ready to drive, and he dishes off to Korver in the corner for the 3, and Korver misses it because he's not, look, Korver's a good shooter, and he's a good 3 guy, but at that moment, the ball has to be in LeBron James' hands.
Yeah, but he's done that before, though. This is not the first time that LeBron has passed up.
I know.
That he's passed up a game-winning shot
Right,
or
and
a shot
what is
in
that?
a game. I think that he wants to probably 2 things.
Yeah.
Number 1, he's probably exhausted.
Oh, no doubt.
There's
It's all on him.
This guy is exhausted.
Yeah.
He is carrying the weight of 2 refrigerators on his back. And he's 6'8", 270 pounds. He's played in 7 consecutive finals. So he's probably played an additional 2 or 3 seasons on top of playing an already grueling 82-game schedule.
Agreed.
They rested him a little bit, but you've got a team in Golden State that they love to run. They play great team basketball. They move the ball.
Yeah.
You almost can't defend
It's
it.
like speed pass drills. Those passes are like lightning fast.
Well, and
you can't even watch it on. Sometimes it's so fast.
And you got to love what Kevin Durant said at the end of Game 3 when I think it was I forget her name. She asked him.
Doris
Burke asked him, how do you guys are so good at being unselfish?
Yeah.
And I love the answer that he gave, and he said, we practice it. We practice being unselfish. Now, if you're a high school coach or
you love hearing that.
You love hearing that because you're going to take that.
Those are the highest the pantheon of basketball.
And he's telling you that they practice being unselfish.
Right, exactly.
Where you have a team in Cleveland that's LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah.
Love had a decent game in 1 and 2, kind of disappeared the other night a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
So, you got an aging Richard Jefferson.
Mm-hmm.
Tristan Thompson just is not a guy that you're going to rely on to get much done.
Shouldn't be on the floor.
So, and to your point about Kyle Korver, they brought him in as a 3-point shooter to make that 3-point shot.
Sort of what Ray Allen was doing with the Heat a couple years.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Look, every great team has their role players, and players know their role.
Yeah.
A Matt Barnes knows his role right now with the Warriors. He's going to get a couple of minutes where he's just got to give somebody a blow, and he's going to get just don't screw it up.
Yeah, and then you got Iguodala
and Iguodala, who's 2015 MVP.
Yeah.
This guy, he's slowing down a little bit. He's been a little bit injury prone the last year or so.
Yeah.
And then you got Klay Thompson, who played lights out the other night.
Yeah.
Couldn't defend much. I mean, there was not much that they could do to stop, Kyrie and James. Look, they're going to get their points. But when Golden State scores over 115, they're not going to lose.
No, they're not going to lose.
So, and I think tonight what you're going to see is a Golden State team come out very fast, just really balls to the wall, and just wear Cleveland out in the first half. I'm of the opinion that LeBron really doesn't have much left in the tank.
It's very possible. You're talking about this season, not a career.
I'm talking about that. This guy, after tonight's game, they're talking. And then there's all the talk that he might end up in LA after 2018 with the Clippers or the Lakers, possibly, because he has a house close to Staples Center. So they're saying that when he becomes a free agent after next year, that he might jump ship. But at that point, he's 34 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, again, what has this guy got left in the tank? He came out when he was 18 years old.
Yeah.
So he's already 14 years in the league. And he's probably played the equivalent of about 17, 18 seasons with all the playoffs that he's played in.
That's true. To his credit.
Okay,
he's taken these teams.
Look.
I mean, look what he's done. I mean, he's taken 2 franchises. He's won, listen, his greatness, people are going to make arguments all the time about LeBron James. Is he really great? Is he MJ, all that stuff. The guy's great.
No, he is.
I mean, the guy is. You love him or hate him, the guy's great. I mean, to this day, I think that block last year on Iguodala, one of the great plays I've ever seen in sports.
Yeah, look, they did the whole sports science thing on it and the amount of time it took to get there, and they do that whole thing.
I'd say it's
cool.
Incredible. So
that's the NBA.
So you like them tonight?
I think it's over with. I don't think the Warriors are taking any chances. Although supposedly, according to ESPN, they're leaving. If they win tonight, they're leaving about $22 million on the table for the ownership.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, right.
Is that what that is?
I mean, come on, So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how important the $22 million is.
You got all those extra advertising dollars.
But even the owners, or a representative from the owners group came out and said, we want to win the championship. We're not, the 22 million. Again, these guys.
Last thing, just real quick on that. Steve Kerr said, hey, this is Durant's moment. This is his time to shine. He's been amazing in the 3 games so far, and he really looks like this is my championship.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well, and I think the other guys are sort of like letting that happen. They're not. You talk about the unselfishness.
Yeah.
I mean, Curry can just hit threes all day, but it's Durant that's really been the focal point in this series.
Well, look, and the 3-point shot that he hit the other night,
super.
We were talking about it last night. Jeremy had a basketball workout, and we were talking about it with the coach, and it's those moments that define a player. The Michael Jordan shots, those winning shots that he took, the one against Utah, which everybody will remember forever. Yeah. But this was Kevin Durant's moment. Yeah. He had LeBron on his heels. He was way back. He's like, look, I got to shoot this. This is a no-brainer. Yeah. And he said, this is a shot that I've taken in my life thousands and thousands of times. Yeah. And I've prepared for this moment. And I have to hearken back to, in that moment, I was thinking about 2 years ago when Villanova beat North Carolina on that last second shot, and how much they talked about how much they practiced that moment. That last second shot, and practicing the play. So the point is, you got to go away from Allen Iverson here, because everything that's pointing to success is practice, practice, practice.
Right, that's true.
So,
that's true, and that might be the thing. I loved Iverson. I'm a Sixers fan,
but he wasn't a hard worker when it came to putting in the work that needed to be done.
In the game, nobody played harder.
Sure.
But I just think there was that extra gear that he just gone there. He would have. We're talking about one of the great players ever.
It's very possible.
It's a shame, but anyway, it is what it is, and that's ancient history at this point.
A couple other things. Congratulations! I got to say this because I watched a little bit of it.
Okay.
It was kind of exciting. I have to say, and I can't believe I'm admitting to it.
All right.
But the Oklahoma Sooner women's softball team defeated the Florida Gators 2-0 in the Women's College World Series. They had a very exciting game 1, 17 innings. And then game 2 was exciting also. Florida went up early. Oklahoma came back, took the lead. Florida could never get back. So congratulations.
Have you ever tried hitting off one of those pitches?
I actually did because I did some announcing for FAU and I worked with the and that was one of the hardest things ever
in sports.
I mean, that ball's coming at you,
Yeah.
and it might be bigger, but it's actually gets squeezed down for some reason. And the reaction time, and I played baseball.
Sure, I know you did.
But that reaction time is you just got to throw the bat at it.
And it's got to be odd the trajectory of it. Because
you're here, which is your sight line, which down from here, this is not your sight line. So your sight line, you're actually you're having to pick the ball up.
You have less time to pick it up.
You have less time to pick it up.
Yeah, exactly. I would think that's got to be incredibly hard.
Oh no, it's incredibly hard.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Yeah.
I went up against one of the best pitchers, and I took a couple of swings, and that was enough.
Yeah.
I was embarrassed enough.
Oh yeah,
it was embarrassing.
That'll do it.
It's a little embarrassing.
That'll do it. Yeah, that'll shut you right down.
No, it was crazy. And a couple other things. Bob Stoops steps down after 18 season in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That was kind of shocking. He
It's a 33-year-old.
33-year-old Lincoln Riley's taking over offensive coordinator, supposedly a great young mind. And I think Stoops kind of played this out nicely in a way. People are kind of questioning him, but. You know, when a guy at 57 years old can go out on his own terms, you know, he had a very successful...
Still has a lot of life to live.
Has a lot of life to live. You know, and one of the things that they wrote about was that his dad had died of a heart attack coaching a high school football game.
Yeah.
So he had that in the back of his mind, and he didn't want to, you know, and it was nothing health related. But he was done. You know, he wanted to move on and spend time with the family, do what he wanted to do. 18 successful seasons at Oklahoma, never had a losing season, won national title, played in the playoffs. The whole Joe Mixon thing might be a little bit of a black eye on him a little bit, but hopefully that'll play out well for Joe Mixon in the NFL, and we'll see what that. But look, we'll see what happens in Oklahoma. Look, that's one of the most passionate places to watch.
Yeah, fan base is amazing.
Fan base is amazing. Look, there's nothing else to do in Oklahoma other than the Thunder in the fall, which when they start up. So I've been to. It's funny because I've been to Stillwater. I actually got to go to a FAU Oklahoma State game.
Right. Oh
and,
wow.
And that was fun to travel with the team. And see that. And actually got to meet Boone Pickens.
Oh really?
Yeah, very very cool guy.
Yeah.
We were actually in the bathroom, my buddy and I.
Yeah.
And he was in there, and we just started talking to him, and kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's kind of propelled that school with a few $100 million.
Just a little bit of fund. Just a little, just a little bit of money.
Just a little bit of money.
But hey, good luck to Bob Stoops, and you know, rides off into the sunset. Nothing to answer for.
And I think that's kind of good because he's got. Look, I think today in college football, a lot of your assistant coaches are doing a lot of your recruiting anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that the transition is going to be real smooth for these guys versus if he would have stepped down right after the season and then they would have had to go searching for somebody. And
or in his case, stoop down.
Stoop down.
Yeah. So we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, good one.
All right. So do we have anything else? I think that's it, right?
Well, one other thing it was touched on is that little girl in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
8 years old, and they thought she was a boy and disqualified the team. That's a disgrace. They had all their paperwork, they had everything that they needed, and then they took, it was a learning experience for everybody. What are you learning?
Yeah.
Right? Come on, we're 2017.
Yeah, you got to learn that.
You got to learn that. That makes no sense.
Yeah, get out of administration.
So black eye to the people in Nebraska and their soccer federation for that debacle. But that's
bad news.
Bad news.
Yeah, it's a bad look, as the kids like to say. It's just
not. Yes, look. Looks are deceiving sometimes.
Yeah.
We've all been fooled. I think at one point.
No, for them it's a bad look. You know what I mean? It's like, she's perfectly fine.
No, she is, and Abby Wambach came out in support, and Mia Hand came out in support and invited the girls to one of their camps. Yeah. So I think the girls have rallied around, which is a kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So all right, so this time next week we will have an NBA champion and an NHL champion.
We will, and then we'll talk a little bit baseball.
Yeah, because that's all that's left. And then we got the drafts coming up.
Yep, June 22nd is the NBA draft.
Right, I'm excited about that.
Are you really? Sixers,
we'll see what happens.
I mean, they have all this young talent, and when are they going to do something?
It's going to be this year.
This year?
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Ben Simmons didn't even play.
I know. It's going to this year. You start
and
to see
Embiid's still not healthy.
You're going to still see the turnaround this year. Mark my words.
Okay.
Hey, listen. For Chris, for Mike Coleman, Chris, I don't know Chris's last name. Chris Lewis, Mike Coleman, thank you, Chris. We will be back next week on the Irregulars right here from Blue Wave Studios. He's Matt Posner. I'm Tom Alexander. See you next time. Have a great, safe weekend. Bye-bye, everybody.
Cut. Good.
Excellent. Good job. Trent.
Guys.
Hey, how do I...
Very interesting.
How do I stop it?
What? Just stop.
If I didn't stop it already.
Just hit stop.